My name is Liz, and this is my story. From being a helpless, homeless, addicted teenager to being a working, rent-paying, upstanding citizen and a loving mother of 3 precious children, Susan and everyone at TAFY has stood by my side for my journey in this thing we call life. I came from a broken home. My parents divorced when I was young. My mom struggled with mental health, and my dad alcoholism. Even though they did their best, I was still bound to be a kid of the system. That's when I met Susan, when I was in juvie at about the age of 12. She worked for family planning and distributed baby think it over dolls as a form of community service for troubled youth. Since about then, Susan has taken me under her wing and walked next to me along my way, always accepting me just as I was, where I was. Susan moved on from family planning and was working at the Dream Center. I used to stop in when I was a runaway for a bite to eat or a warm shower. I didn't know it at the time until I was an adult, but while I was there, Susan would call my mom to let her know that I was at least alive and safe. When Susan opened TAFY, I was a very young adult, pregnant with my first child and in the midst of mourning the loss of my mom, who had by then passed away from cancer. Susan took money out of her own pocket to put me up in a motel while I was homeless and expecting. For a while, I moved in with my ex-husband's mother while he was in prison. After having my daughter and realizing that it wasn't only myself I had to look out for anymore, Susan and TAFY helped me pay to move into a trailer in a park. Even though it wasn't much, it was mine. My daughter and I had a chance to start to build a life together, healthy, sober, and still under the close watch of Susan's supportive eye. I guess you can say she stepped up as the role of my mom. No matter what I needed as a young single mother, I always knew that she was only a phone call or a visit to TAFY away. Be it dishes for my new home, or a playpen for my daughter, or gas to get to and from appointments. I was and am today confident that if I need something, I can call Susan. If she doesn't have it, she'll find someone who does. She calls it putting it into the universe. My dad passed away 2 years after my mom, so I was now 22 with 3 kids and not in the healthiest of marriages, with neither of my parents to lean on for support. So to say the least, I've cried many tears on Susan's shoulders. She and everyone at TAFY has scraped me up off the ground more times than I can count. Today, I can say that I have a healthy relationship, a good paying, long-term job, and happy, thriving, and successful children. TAFY just isn't about getting close to homeless people or providing warm shower or meal. TAFY is so much more. TAFY is creating a family for so many people who don't have one. TAFY is the parents, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents of the ones who need it the most. The bottom feeders, the helpless, the addicts, the broken. TAFY loves the unlovable, unconditionally.